Welcome to the Grizzled Warmaster. I'm Mike.
I'm Doug.
And we're here today to talk about game tables, specifically war game tables.
Yep.
What you're going to play your little toy soldiers on. So we're going to go through the different types. Doug's going to show you a little toy soldier here. There we go.
Woo. He's hanging out in the tower.
A Sigmarine.
Yes.
But yeah, we're going to show you, because now that you got the game, we're getting started with us, or whether you're an old hat and you want to know, can I play on something other than, my table with a bunch of stacked books and pop cans for terrain? Yes, you can. And you can go from simple and easy to make terrain pieces, like these bases for the trees, or you can buy pre-made terrain like this here cottage from Games Workshop. Tower, or any in between there. So we're gonna go through it all, and here we go. Game tables. Okay, let's start off with the very, very, very basic Caveman. When you're first starting out in wargaming, all your money's going towards miniatures right off the bat. This is what you're playing on probably, and this is your green felt.
Yep.
It's been so long since we played on green felt that we only had a small piece of it. We didn't even have a full-size table board of it anymore. We used to have several of these different colors because we thought, why spend money on all that stuff? We just got green felt, throw it out there. And
it's cheap.
It's cheap, and to be honest with you, it works. If you're looking to just get out there and play some games, you're not worried about something too fancy. You put some basic terrain on here like we have here, and this will suffice, right? I mean,
its biggest flaw is you kind of need to iron it almost.
To
get all of the crinkles and folds and stuff out of it.
Yeah.
Once you do that,
even when you roll
it up.
Yeah, even when you roll it, it's still going to be a little. Yeah. It creases more than regular mats will. But and if you are going to iron this, don't iron it directly. Put a towel down and iron over the top of the towel.
Yeah. Don't burn your felt.
Yeah, don't burn your felt. It's highly combustible too. So. But yes, I mean, you can get this at fabric stores, craft stores. You find it anywhere, and it's
cheap.
A
full
cheap
4x6 table is probably gonna run you under $20.
Yeah, I think it's like $12 for
something like
for a roll of this stuff.
Yeah.
So it's really cheap, and then you can, like I said, if you can do a different desert, you get a brown one. Get forest one and get a green one. Just different types here. But this is going to be your basically starter terrain. What a lot of people that don't know how to build terrain or know what to do with terrain, this is what they're going to start on, and there's nothing wrong with that. But like I said, we're going to show you what moving up from here. Okay, slight continuity error here, as you notice that we're missing something here, maybe my beard. When we put this video together, we realized the clip that had this section here was corrupted, didn't have it, so I had to refilm this one, and I shaved in the meantime. So. Beard for the first part of the segment, or no beard, then a beard for the second half of the segment. So
there you go.
All right, so moving on from the felt, we have, if you want a little more 3D aspect to the terrain, you want a little more realistic looking, you can actually buy game boards. Now, there's several kinds of game boards out there you can buy. A lot of them are like printed cardboard ones you put together, modular ones like this. This happens to be the Games Workshop Realm of Battle game board that came out, I don't know, 10 years ago.
Yeah, it's been a while.
So this thing first came out, it was, it was like $450 when it first came out. Yeah. It was expensive. It was marketed as a portable game board because it is in 2 foot by 2 foot sections. Each one of these, and it's modular, so you can put it around and put the hills together how you want them on the edge. It came in a big tote bag with the strap and everything. However, this thing still is heavy. When you put this thing together, and it's 2 foot by 2 foot big and thick when it's in the. So yeah, you can move it around. It's a little easier than the big full tables, but it is still pretty heavy. But it looks awesome. You can picture it comes unpainted. You paint it up how you want it. So if you want desert scene or winter or grasslands like this, however you want to do it, you can flock it and paint it, and it goes together really well. Now, some of the drawbacks of this kind of game board is the fact that it's modular, and if you kind of move it around a little bit here.
Yeah, if you bump into it, you can move it, even with these things.
These little clips. It comes with these little clips that you clip all the sides together. However, they are not the greatest when it comes to these things. It's kind of first couple boards you get together, clip together is fine. By the time you get around to the last one, you're just trying to maneuver this thing into place to get these things clipped together. And if you have, like we do, 2 tables here put together and they're uneven slightly,
then the 2 halves of the board won't connect well.
Right. So you can clip all the one side together and all the other side, and then there'll be like a fault line in the middle that kind of separates a little bit apart. Other than that, what do you think, Doug? What is some of the?
Yeah, I mean they're a good option, especially if you have someplace to set them up and leave them set up. If you travel between friends' houses to game at, it's good. You can, unpack them and pack them up. They're kind of annoying if you just use them at home, but you have to take them down and put them back up every time. It can get frustrating because you're trying to reassemble the board over and over again.
Especially trying to get these clips in place.
And they are static. These hills will always be here. I mean, you can change where they're at, but they're always there. Unless you have multiple boards, and it would take 3. You'd have to own 3 sets to be able to have an entirely flat table. So,
which I do. I own these 3, sadly. But and if you don't want skulls in them, well, you're out of luck because it's a GW product.
Yeah,
it's got skulls in it all over the place. But the great thing about this is that Games Workshop now they produce several different versions of these. Right, this is like the basic, plains ones and hills. There's ones for 40K, right? They have like a Necron World
3
one,
different ones for
sector something where machine
right
area, and then there's also some for Age of Sigmar specific. Like I know there's one for, I don't know the heavens, the realm of heavens. What's it?
I don't. No, actually, I mean, Azir is the realm of heaven, but you can't fight there. So I'm assuming it's probably Akshi or
someplace.
The realm of fire or something.
This one's got the mechanical stuff in it, like the gears.
Oh, the realm of metal.
Realm of metal, is that one?
Karmon or something. Charmon.
All right, yeah. So they have one with the gears in the bottom of it. So they do have them specific for the game you're looking for, but yeah, I mean this is your step up from your basic felt pad, but like I said, there are some drawbacks, but there are some benefits. It looks really nice when you get up on the table, and it's fun to game on these, So,
yeah.
Funny story about this board is this board, when it came out, single-handedly kind of destroyed 7th edition Fantasy.
Yeah.
It went to 8th edition after that. Back in 7th edition Fantasy, you couldn't pre-measure everything.
Right.
You had to guess ranges. So you had to guess ranges for your cannons, guess ranges for charges, and the whole bit. And because this was in 2 foot by 2 foot sections,
if you set up 12 inches in, you knew you had 12 more inches here.
Yeah.
If they said 12 inches in, 24.
24 inches, right, yeah. It was very easy to guess ranges when the board was sectioned up into 2 foot by 2 foot sections. So right after that, 7th edition went away, 8th edition came out, and you could pre-measure everything in 8th edition.
Yep.
So, fantasy.
That's funny.
Well, yeah, this, very nice, little pricey, and but it also takes up a lot of space. Not as much as the
it stores in a 2 foot by 2 foot bag that's about 8 inches thick. It is rather heavy, but it's still
they can call it a portable table, but it's not. You don't want to drag this thing too far.
Yeah,
it's a little heavy on there, but
you're not taking it cross country with you.
Yeah, but what if you want this level of detail, but don't want to spend this kind of money on it, or you don't want you want skulls in yours, you want a particular type of terrain, well, then you can build your own. That's what we're going to show you next. Okay, guys, here we are. If you want the detail in the Roman Battle game board, but you don't want to pay the price, you can't find those anymore, whatever. And you're feeling a little handy, you can build your own game tables to be whatever you want.
Yeah.
Right. So the great thing about this method here is it looks amazing. You can make it look like whatever you want. You have to have a little bit of skill to build these.
Yes.
Depending. It's not really hard. There's tons of videos out there. We can even put videos together about how to do it. Now this particular lava board was featured online in several places. This is really old. We built this thing. Wow. 15
years ago?
Yeah,
Like
some time ago. So the hardboard it's based on is kind of warping a little bit here. Yeah. It's been in the garage for many years. You can see
that's
it's
one of the
chipped
problems
up.
with these is the storage of them. You really have to store them one on top of the other.
Right.
Store them flat, so you have to have a 2x4 space to store them.
Right.
You can see they're in 2x4 sections.
2x4 sections, so they can
so
stack them up.
Stack them, and usually you put these on a table that's indented, that's recessed, so that it'll hold them in there.
Yeah, that's where we used to have these tables out, and there was like a space in there you could set them in, and we made them in 2x, so they're modular, so we could swap them out and have different ones. So, back in the day when we were far more ambitious.
And owned a game store that you wanted to use these.
Yeah, you want to use these in. So, so this one is this lava board here. Particularly the way these are made, you take a piece of hardboard or particle board or whatever, something that's going to warp really easy. And with the 2 foot by 4 foot sections makes it easy to stack. These will fit on a garage shelf, like those shelves you get for the garage. You can just stack them up there. On top of that is pink insulation foam, the XPS foam.
The hard one.
The hard density.
Not the flimsy foam stuff.
Yeah, not the stuff that like flakes when you put it off. And then that is what you use for your, so you can dig into that for your rivers or whatever. Like here, we got the lava flows here. You can stack them up to build hills. This is a XPS foam hill, which is basically, this is a simple one. It's just 3 layers of XPS foam cut up.
Right.
Glued on top of one another. With little flocking, little dry brushing, and you can have a decent looking game table here. Right. You don't have to get the expensive, forests and or the hills or something like that. You can build these stuff pretty basic here. And the great thing about this type of board is like I said, you can build whatever you want. Yeah. Right. So if you want, if you're playing Age of Sigmar and you want different boards for different realms.
Yep.
You can build, just your own kind of realms. So. Specific boards. So, and there's no limit. There's no limit to what you want to build for these.
Yeah. Right? The only drawback of these boards, well, one, we talked about storage space, and just as they age, they'll get dinged up and chipped, and you might have to do repairs. The other disadvantage is if you make a super unique table like this lava one, you need to make terrain to go with it. Otherwise, your terrain pieces might not fit.
Yeah.
So you could, you can have like this kind of thing. That doesn't stand out too much, but this hill's got grass on it. How is that surviving in the lava terrain?
Right. And we had special terrain for this board.
Yeah. So
we just couldn't find any of it here in the boxes and boxes of terrain.
A really old table.
Yeah.
So
we had lava rocks and whatnot.
So you've got to take that into account if you care about that kind of thing, and you probably do if you want to make this kind of a detailed.
Yeah, if you want this kind of detailed table, that's probably what you're going to want.
To do your terrain.
So now you're not only storing a board, you're storing all that particular terrain for that board as well.
Yes.
Right, and then if you want multiple of them, now you're stacking, 3 pieces each for each board you do.
Yeah.
At minimum, plus all the terrain for them. So. This, if you want a lot of variety in your boards, this is going to stack up quite a bit. I mean, you're going to have, expense-wise, they're not, probably.
I think it costs about $60.
About $60.
In glue and paint and board and foam. They're not, they're less than the last thing we're going to show you in a minute here. They're way less than the Realm of Battle board.
Yeah.
So if you have the skill, it is a cheaper way to do the things.
Right. So there you have it, guys. Do-it-yourself foam boards. Now, if you actually are interested, we actually have showing you some pictures here of a little more recent, still a couple years old.
Yeah.
This is for a Tarawa board we built for Bolt Action. Yeah, it was Bolt Action for Gen Con.
No, not Gen Con. It was for... well, I think you took it.
We took it Gen Con too, yeah.
Gen Con and Adepticon.
Yeah.
We did demos at Adepticon.
This particular board was actually featured in an article in War Games Illustrated.
Yeah.
So we'll show a picture to that. Put a link down there below. But yeah, this shows you some of the detail you can get into with the type of boards. If you want to pick a specific board theme.
Correct, yeah. Or even be a reenactment.
Or reenactment, yeah, exactly.
This way you're trying to get kind of period specific to a specific battle. Works really well for historical games.
Right. So you can see the appeal of building these boards yourself. Okay, and finally we have pretty much what the standard in gaming is nowadays. These neoprene mats, pre-printed mats here. This is mousepad material mats.
Yeah.
They have printed terrain features on them, or images or whatnot. Villages. They have snow. They have this one here is a forest area. They're great because they cut down on the dice rolling. It rolled really nice on this because they're like the mousepad materials. They're super easy because you can roll them up.
Just roll them up and they roll out flat.
And then they roll out flat. Yeah, I mean, you don't have to worry about your miniatures falling over on them because they're flat. Yeah. So obviously they're not going to be as detailed as you can make some of the ones with the foam, the pink foam, XPS foam. But you can pretty much buy these in any type of, with all the different patterns on there, like villages and all kinds of stuff, like lava terrain, everything like that. So which their lava terrain looks better than our lava board does after the years of abuse.
Yes.
We put it through. But like I said, the drawback is it's not going to have as much detail as ones you can make your own, or even like the GW board.
Yeah.
Realm Battle Game board. So, but this, I mean, pretty much, if you're playing on a game, this is probably the best thing to go for. These retail for around, that's under $100, right? For a 6x4?
I think they're 80 something.
80 something? Yeah.
Not positive about that.
Yeah, and several companies make them and shop around. There are several different companies that make them, and there's varying degrees of quality. Yeah. They're all nice. I mean, but some of them, the images are really crisp.
Right.
On those. So, and we'll put a link down below to some of our favorites that you can check out. So, the ones we like. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much the final stage in gaming, just because even though they're all static, right? They're all going to be whatever they are. This is going to be whatever's printed on here. When you make the XPS foam boards, that's going to be whatever you make it.
Yep.
So if you want a lot of variety, you're going to have a lot of boards stacked up.
Yes.
Like us. You're going to be like us and have your garage half filled with game boards. Or you can have, a shelf with a bunch of these rolled up on them. See? So you have a bunch of variety in here. So if you're looking to have a variety of boards out there, I mean, this is the way you're pretty much going to have to go if space is an issue.
Yeah.
So you're not, you don't have like a...
Well, and it does the foam boards, the homemade foam boards also require skill to put them together. I mean, they're not hard, but they do require some work with them, especially if you want more than just a couple pieces of foam with some flock on it. If you want to build up terrain and stuff like that, you're going to have some. And
that's the way we've been building boards for years. So if you guys want any advice on any of that, or if you want us to build a board for you, like make a video of us building a board, let us know in the comments down below if that's something you'd be interested in. So, but yeah, that's just, there you have it. I think this is the apex of the game board options here, the neoprene pre-printed mats.
Yep.
All right, there you have it, folks. Complete list of the different types of tables you can play on, everywhere from felt to, handmade foam tables of your own making to the neoprene mats, which is pretty much standard today.
Yeah,
as the easiest and most portable.
Yeah, most like game stores will now have mats that you play on. Tournaments will likely.
Right.
If not just on a green painted table, we'll probably have a neoprene mat on it.
Right. So, I mean, it's the best of both worlds as far as, well, not the best. I mean, obviously, if you want the detail, building your own tables, the way to go out of the foam. And you can make it how you want it, as much detail as you want it, make it look as awesome as you want it, like dioramas.
Yeah.
For functionality and ease of use, these neoprene mats are where it's at.
Easy to clean up, easy to set up.
Yeah. And they printed with all kinds of, different things like snow or whatever.
Don't require a lot of space to store.
Right. So out of all the ones we reviewed here, that's pretty much our favorite right there. Although, as you can see, we pretty much own them all. So, because we have a sickness and it's called wargaming. If you're watching this, you're just now getting hooked, or you already know the pain. So, we're just talking to ourselves. We need to buy more of these. We need some.
Oh yeah, different terrains and stuff.
Yeah, different ones coming up here. So, all right, guys, that's it. If you have any questions or you have any ideas about making your own terrain, your own game tables, or if you have any other ideas for game tables out there that we haven't thought of, be sure to leave a comment down below and let us know. be sure to like, subscribe, share with your friends. We're trying to grow this game channel here.
Yes, definitely.
If you like general geek culture conversations or shows, check out our other channel, the Grizzled Geek. And if you want to support the channel, there's links there to do that. Not down here. Not yet. But we appreciate it, guys. Thank you very much, and we'll see you next time. Bye.